Welcome back to the session of cybersecurity for teachers. We were discussing why the cybersecurity is important for the teachers and what are the mechanism or protections we available with us. We also wanted to learn that what are the cyber attacks and cyber crimes. Now I am dividing this whole session in different videos. First video I have already shared. Now this video I will talk about what are the cybersecurity basics and what are the motives for doing the cyber crime actually. So let's start the discussion. So you see, there is a common misunderstanding in the people's mind, and people take it quite commonly. The word like information security, cyber security, and ICT security. So if you really see, they are in three different area of consideration. Their domains are different. So when you talk of information security, it is actually talking about the all kind of digital information and analog information together. When you talk of ICT security, then you are is the subject where we are dealing only with the digital information. Whereas the cyber security is a much broader perspective. Some amount of analog information comes there, the whole of digital information comes there, and also there are things which are other than information, they also come in cyber security. So cyber security is something which we need to be very careful to understand, because this is a much broader perspective compared to the other two types of information security. Now what is information? Information is any data, or information is any asset, is actually one kind of asset which you do not want to lose very easily, and we are supposed to protect the information, whether they are in the storage condition, whether they are in the transit condition. So when I say storage, if the information is stored in a hard disk, it should be protected. If the information is transferred between one media to another, it should be protected. And also when you are disposing the information, those during disposal also we need to protect it. So then we need to understand that if you are talking of information, who is the owner of the information and who is customer of the information. In the previous video, I gave an example that your children, your students in the college, if their birthday are kept with you, because their students' birthdays are exclusive property of students, they are owner of the information. But you store that information in your IT system. So therefore, you have a responsibility to ensure that those informations are not leaked or do not fall into some wrong hand. So you will become the custodian of the information. And then another important consideration is today coming very increasingly more, which is the privacy. This is a subject which is generally not well understood in our Indian context, but privacy is something where we need to take care of the information which is private to a person or intended for a particular purpose. It has to be used for that purpose only. That's the meaning of the privacy. So cybersecurity has a lot of role to manage the information, manage the privacy, and also the rules for managing when you are the custodian of the information. Now the question quite often asked to me, the who should be concerned about this kind of cyber security or information security, and it is generally felt that the people who work in IT area, they are the only person he should be concerned. But actually if you really see, the information is your information, so you are the owner of the information. Therefore anyone who is using a computer, if you are using any mobile device, or you are using internet, or you are using email, or maybe Facebook, LinkedIn, Orkut, or all other social media services, Twitter and all those people should be concerned, because through your ignorance or through your not following practices, through your machine, the hacker can get into the bigger system, and they can destroy the information, they can destroy the system for your office or for your colleges. So every one of you should be very careful when you are dealing with this internet, or you are dealing with the data, because you should be concerned, you should know how to use the system following all clauses or all necessity of the IT security. There is one conception which I am just sharing with you, which is called CIA. So it is, the CIA is actually it's a acronym, if you really think, it is actually the confidentiality, integrity and availability. So as a person who manages the cyber security or manages the IT system, they should be very concerned that information which is available with him should be confidential. Confidential means the information cannot be leaked with someone else. Then the next point is, when you as a user is accessing any information, you should be very careful that the information which you are using is the correct or appropriate information at that point of time. I'll just give an example. Let's take an example, that number of students attending your class on a particular date. Now, if that information is valid on that particular day, now the number of students attending the class on another day is another data. But if somebody, while referring the number of students available, they do not take care that which date he is referring, that means the data which he is getting is not the right data. So you need to be very careful that when you are handling the information integrity should be right. That means any data which you are dealing with, you should know the source of the data and you should know the exact correct content of the data at that particular time. And what is availability? Availability means if you are using any IT system and if someone wants to use the system should be available for him or her to be used actually. So that's the meaning of the availability. Now there are some statement which I have put, because you know that no organization is immune to data breach. Insider threat is 73% of the data breach. So you should be it is as a teacher, you should take care that when you are dealing with the data, you should not believe anyone who or very loosely share the information, because there are many people who are around who can cause the data breach in your organization. Something called cyberspace. Cyberspace is something that I just want to say that people, I just shared it earlier, people whatever electronic or computer devices are using, whether it is computers or printers or scanners or servers, or you are using some softwares or application or special program, or if you are using any data, everything is defined as something called cyberspace. So anything which is where the information is stored, whether it is in the electronic media or it is in the paper or printer media, those spaces, that is the domain of your cyberspace. So that is the definition of cyberspace. Now, and cyber threat is a illegal activity which is unintentionally or unintentionally done to cause harm to the organization and which has a potential to destroy the reputation of the institution. So that's called cyber threat actually. Now, cyber threats are normally can be attributed into these three broad categories. One is that there can be natural or inadvertent attack. That means there can be attack which has happened because of the some kind of disaster, some lightning, earthquake, windstorm, and your data can get lost. Those are natural kind of attack. There are some kind of attack which happen because of the blunders. So there may be human blunder, there may be errors because of your not having knowledge, that blunder has happened. Now these type 1 and type 2, what I said, they don't fall under the area of the criminal activity. The criminal activity happens in the third category, where there is intentional or illegal criminal act is done either by the insider of the organization or from the outsider, or by any recreational hacker or criminal to create harm to the organization. So under that situation, these becomes some kind of cyber crime. So that is the definition of cyber crime actually. Now we need to understand why people create this kind of attack. What are the motive behind it? So there are certain analysis which has been done in my next slide. So if I go there, the you know you can see that majority of the crime happens. Sometimes the motive behind the crime is that people do because of the fraud or getting some illegal gain. It can be done because of teasing or harassment. It can be done because of greed or money. It can be done to create repute to the organization, or it can be done for creating some kind of revenge also, extortion also, prank also, and there are other category. So I have given some data which is taken from a US organization, US government, and those are 2013 data. So if I actually come back, we can actually take these cyber attacks in different category. It can be made for the purpose of revenge. It can be made from the purpose of joke or hoax or prank. It can be done because of the hacker ethics, because hackers believe that if I can hack something, I can prove my capability, so they can do cyber attack based on that. It can be done because of the terrorism. It can be done for espionages, whether it is military espionage or whether it is business espionage. It can be also done because of the hate, or somebody has national level hate or gender level hate, the cyber attack is done. Or it can be done because of personal gain or fame or fun or notoriety. And the more important, sometimes this kind of done because of the ignorance also. People do not know that because of this activity the cyber crime is getting done. So in this session, I will stop here, because we have discussed in this session which are the cyber definition of cyberspace, definition of cyber crime, and also what are the motive of cyber crime. And when we will meet next time, we will discuss the attacks in great detail. Thank you for attending.